Such a horrible person. This would be Monday, November 2nd. Welcome to November. We're done with that silly month of October. Once again, Boy World homework is due tomorrow. If you were gone on Friday, then you're going to need to go to my website, Sort Stories, and on there's a thing that says Boy World directions. Download that. It goes into your notebook. It's the entry number 2 on the homework side. Then below the directions is the video you're going to have to watch. You have to do the video. It'll make sense once you get on there. Reading log, bell work, we're good to go. You're going to need to download the new book report directions, which we're going to get to in a moment. Following all of that will take you to the website, and then the book report, and then directions, plus the rubric. Plus there's examples on there, but you don't have to download those unless you just really want to. Then we get the joy of bell work for today. 2 different magic lids. One says, wow, it was kind of cold on Halloween this year. And the second one says, did you eat all of your Halloween candy already? So we'll go ahead and take a look at those. I believe we have a volunteer. How very nice. Go ahead and stand up. Well, yeah, sitting down would be silly.
Stand?
Yes. And then to those of you at home, this will make it easier for you so you can go through and figure stuff out. All right. You ready, dear?
Sure.
Good. Me too. We're going to do it a little faster so you don't have a whole long to pause. You'll be able to commit to it. It's okay to be scared. Okay. We have, wow, it was kind of cold on Halloween this year. So we're going to start off with nouns. Do we have any nouns?
Halloween and year.
Is correct so far. See, you're easy. Pronouns.
I have this written down somewhere.
That's good. Hopefully on the bell work. Is correct again. See, you're on fire. Verbs.
Was.
Also correct. Being able to label your stuff well definitely makes it easier to be able to figure them out.
It's boring.
We'll get there in a moment. I'm glad you think this is boring. Also, if you have things wrong, fix them, because it'll make it easier when it comes to the quiz coming up. Verbs, adjectives.
Cold and kind of.
Cold and kind of. Let's see. Oh, kinda is, what is kinda describing? What is kinda? Is kinda Halloween?
Nope.
Snag.
Got it. The other adjective is this.
Is correct. What did you have this marked down as?
I just circled it.
Just ignore it.
I don't know.
It doesn't exist. Adverbs.
Where did I write this?
I did forget this also. You do get. Go ahead, come. If you don't make, because you already made one mistake, you're allowed 2 total. So if you make a second mistake, you don't get the treat, by the way. All right. So you said adverbs. So an adverb. That's what you want to go with?
Yeah.
Is correct. Good job. Preposition.
On.
And your interjection.
Wow.
It's just, there's only one word
Well, I had
left.
to check before you tricked me and just.
Does sound like me.
Yeah.
Then let's see. Is it action or boring?
Boring.
Is correct. For your adjective, draw an arrow. So your first one is cold. What does cold modify?
Halloween.
Is correct. Well, yeah, actually it was.
Or it.
Goes to it, not Halloween. Instead of that one, so technically, bad deal on that one. It doesn't go to Halloween.
You said it was right.
It wasn't right. Because Halloween's part of a prepositional phrase, so I can't go to
But
that.
you just said yes. And then it was like.
I felt bad for
Just
you.
kidding.
I know, it was still the it. But it's right, so another one. This modifies.
Year.
That one's correct. And your adverb kinda modifies.
Cold.
Nice little. Gates, you ready?
Sure.
No, I'm not. It's all right. All right, up you go.
Okay.
Did you eat all of your Halloween candy already? Let me stand to this side over here. There we go. Nouns.
Halloween.
Sorry, one mistake. Halloween is not a noun.
But it was a noun in the other one.
It was a noun in the other one. In this one, it's not a noun. Because I'm a horrible person.
Candy.
Candy is one, but that would be the second noun. And there's obviously going to be... Oh, there's only one noun. You're correct. That is our only one noun in there. Which, by the way, which should help you out, if this is a noun, what kind of candy is it? So makes Halloween what kind of word? if it's describing a noun,
Adjective.
is correct. Just so that way, in case you had it marked down wrong, I thought I'd help you out. So you have one mistake down. Let's see. Pronouns?
Did.
Did. Much better. Not did is definitely not a pronoun. But pronouns, he, she,
Oh,
you.
I looked at the wrong one.
Oh, that
It's
was
you.
yes. That would be much more correct. And then the verbs
Of.
of also incorrect. Would not be a pronoun. It would be a preposition. Be strong. There's definitely two in there.
I'm confused.
There is a helping verb and an action verb. What is it that you do in the sentence?
Eat.
Eat is one, and there's a helping verb that goes along with it.
All.
It would also be not that. That would be an adverb. Does anyone know the helping verb?
No, we're all scared of you.
Aaliyah?
Did.
Did is correct. So you have did and eat are your two verbs on that one. And let's see. So painful. Adjectives. We have two again.
Okay. All.
All. Let's see. Make sure if I get to it. Did you eat?
I messed this up.
He said it earlier. Yeah, he said it
What our noun is candy. So
Halloween.
what's that?
Halloween.
Is one of them, and there's a second one. Which candy?
Your.
Good job. So your and Halloween both going to candy. I know McKenna's really happy she did not choose this one. And then adverbs. We have two again.
Already.
Already is one, but there's one before that.
He also said this one earlier.
We only have three words left.
I know.
So it's either all or of.
All.
All is correct. That's one adverb. Already is your other one. And we have one preposition left. It is correct also. Nicely done. Not done yet. Did. Action or boring?
Action.
Action
Boring.
is correct. And then eat
Action.
is correct again. Okay. And then your adjectives. Your modifies. Your what?
Candy.
Is correct. Halloween modifies.
Candy.
Also correct. I know you're so close. And then if your adverbs, all modifies. Has to modify.
Eat.
Is correct. And then already modifies.
Did.
Did is incorrect also.
All.
You are correct.
You. Candy.
Eat also. You can have more than one adverb going to the
okay.
same. The good news, Gates, is you never have to worry about having to do that again, and we get to go to harder ones. I get to pick on other people, and then you just get to go,
Oh my goodness, that was the worst moment of my life.
don't worry, I have much worse moments coming this year. Any other questions on this one? I know. It's horrible of me to throw such a challenging one at a Monday.
So meeting Mr. Kaipler was worse than this?
Oh my goodness gracious, yes. I
wanna
smiled
meet
during
him.
this. Mr. Geibel, there's no smiling.
I want to meet him.
Yes, dear.
Who has met Mr. Kybor?
You know the people in this room?
Yes.
Not them. All right, so on your book report, to take a quick look at that before we move on to the little things in here. On this, to give you a quick idea of what you're going to do. You are going to be taking a square piece of paper, which you can get from your square paper store, or just take a different paper and then cut it down if you want to. I also have square papers if you want a square paper from me. Once again, 5 B points or a quarter, or go out and get your own square paper. Has to be at least 12 inches, which is not a printer piece of paper. That would not be the right size, and it would just make me laugh at you. So there has to be an actual bigger piece like this. And then you fold it so it becomes kind of like those adorable cootie catcher things you did when you were a kid. Pick a number, which way do you? But it just folds it one time and that's it. So it has these little flappy things. And then each little flappy thing is going to be connecting to one of our 7 elements. You're going to have one where you're going to tell me the plot of your book, one where you go through and explain the setting, one where you go through and tell me about the characters, and then one where you go through and tell me about the internal and external conflicts and why they're important. Then, in the middle of it, you're going to draw 2 important scenes from the book. Don't draw characters, don't draw setting, you're drawing scenes from the book, so I can see important things that are going on. It does sort of go off of your ability to have some kind of artistic ability, but I'm not grading you on artistic ability. Just like I did on the idiom thing, I'm grading you on how much effort you put into it. Can you use stick figures? Of course, as long as you
Have clothes on.
is correct. No creepy stick figures. So same thing there. It does not have to be outstanding artwork. You're just looking for, do you have more than just 2 stick figures standing there? And so have some idea of what's going into it. You can type it, you can write it out by hand, you can make the paper so it's bigger if you want to, and that's fine. That's it. It should be fairly straightforward. As far as the due date, let me see, it's Wednesday in December, which would be, December 9th. So it's Wednesday, December 9th. If you want to write on there what day it's due, that's fine. If you ask me later when it's due, what am I going to tell you?
The next day.
I'm going to tell you Monday. And so just letting you know, if you ask after this, the answer is going to be it is due Monday. Mohammed!
Wait, how many scenes do you need?
2.
2?
2. You can do more than 2 if you want. I have some kids that break it down into like 4 scenes or more than that. As long as I can tell what's going on, that's fine with me. You just have to have at least 2 different major big scenes from the story. No other questions as far as that goes. Let me finish that there. Yay! Once again, Boy World homework. As I go through and double check it, it'll be much like I did with the other one. Make sure you have descriptions of your characters. Make sure you on the external conflicts and internal you have 2 of them. Make sure on this one externally tell me why it's important with evidence. Make sure you include the character. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Good. Jackal.
It says it's due on the 4th. Tomorrow's the 3rd.
Did I say the 4th?
Yeah.
Did I do
Guess it's
it?
due
It said,
Wednesday.
I think it said Tuesday the 4th?
No.
Today's
the
the
3rd.
Tomorrow's
Tuesday,
the
so
3rd.
it should be the 3rd.
Okay.
That's why. So this actually was left over. On the one I gave you guys last week, it said the 3rd. So on this one, I apologize. I'll fix it because it should say Tuesday the 3rd, but apparently, you know, the computer goblins hate me. Then, let's have you get out your, if you want to, the fisherman one that you guys did that was due last week. I want to go over some of that with you just to make sure. To cover information. Actually, let's be nice. We are going to give you some answers to the homework due tomorrow. For the Boy World, let's run through some of that. So we're going to go through and give you a wee bit to try and help you. When you went through and did the plot, you should have only focused on the story that had Eric and the dad and the TV station and stuff like that, not focusing on girl and boy and the dating and the creepy issue there. Craft.
You've said a wee bit a lot.
I do say a wee bit a lot. Ironic, because a wee bit means not a lot. So you're saying I don't say wee bit a wee bit? Mine.
Yeah.
Mine just melted a wee bit. So back to plot. For your first thing, what would be the first thing that we have that happens in that story? Johnny?
Eric gets a job as the weatherman.
Works for me. I have Eric enjoy being intern at TV station, but the same thing when he was working at the TV station, you think. For the second most important thing, Malia?
Is told to do a paper or won't graduate.
Ooh. can see that. Yeah. mhm. So what you guys have for your second one too?
No.
What do you guys have for your second one? Fact check.
Starts filling in for weatherman at his internship.
Thanks, let's see. That's what I put down too. Eric takes over weather position. That doesn't mean yours is wrong. If you have a different number two, it's all right. As long as they sort of end up covering the whole story, we'll get from there. Number 3, Zoe. What'd you have for your 3?
I had Eric takes over the weather position.
What'd you have for your number 2?
That Eric starts missing schoolwork because he's so focused on his internship.
What'd you put for your number 4?
Eric loses his job and drops out of school.
What did I put down? I put Eric drops out of school and is big weatherman. Then we'll go to number 4 from there. Tristan?
He gets fired from the news.
I can see it. I can see it. So he gets fired. I like that one. Lily, what do you have for your number 4?
Well, he got fired and went back to school. So, I don't know.
Yes, some music in that. I put Eric, that's the idea of him being fired, has to go back to being a gopher. It's the same thing you guys said. When he says the gopher, it's when you sure you can go back to being a gopher after being the big guy? We have to let you go. And then number 5, hopefully we all get close on that one. Let's find out. Burkholder, what do you have for your 5th one? What happens at the end?
I didn't get my fifth one.
Good. Burkholder, let's come up with the 5th one. What's the very thing that happens at the very end? The story with him in school, and there's learning that happens.
He turns in his paper.
And learns what? Yes. What does he learn? We can't leave Burkholder until we learn.
Yes.
What does he learn about school?
Let's go, Burkle.
Wants to do it.
There you go.
He was
Eric
playing
decides
football.
to stay in school. What? Burkholder would never make that choice to give up his points. That would be
But
silly.
he would.
And it came back to haunt him. When does this come due?
Let's see.
And then we get to a new story tomorrow.